Hello everyone, today we will delve into the latest political turmoil on the African continent, the coup crisis in Niger. First, let us briefly review the process of the coup. On the morning of July the 26th, Niger's President, Mohamed Bazoum, was detained by the Presidential Guard, leading to the occurrence of the coup. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, demanded that the military government reinstate Bazoum, or face military intervention. Later that evening, the military government announced that the Bazoum regime had been terminated. On the 27th, the Nigerian army headquarters declared support for the military coup. On the 29th, General Abdourahmane Chiani, the head of the Presidential Guard, announced the suspension of the constitution, the dissolution of government institutions, and declared himself as the head of state. On the 13th, the military government announced its intention to charge Bazoum with treason and undermining national security. On the 19th, a delegation from the Economic Community of West African States arrived in Niger. The Nigerian military government declared its plan to complete a democratic transition within 3 years and restore civilian governance. This plan was rejected by the Economic Community of West African States. On August the 4th, Bazoum appealed to the international community to assist Niger in restoring constitutional order. On the 10th, ECOWAS announced the immediate activation of a regional standby force. The coup leaders formed a new government. Tensions escalated, and the possibility of conflict loomed. What direction will the Nigerian military coup take? What are the prospects for armed intervention's success? This channel focuses on historical dark moments. Feel free to subscribe and share your opinions in the comments section as we explore and discuss together. Niger belongs to West Africa, and is located in the Sahel region south of the Sahara Desert. This region has seen frequent coups in recent years, and is known as the coup belt. Since 2010, there have been more than 40 coups in Africa, 20 of which occurred in this region. Mali had coups in 2020 and 2021, and coups in Guinea-Bissau and Gambia have failed. Guinea, Chad, Sudan, Burkina Faso and most recently in Niger, coups succeeded and installed military juntas. The northern part of Niger belongs to the Sahara Desert, which is hot and dry, and human activities are limited. The southern Sahel region is more affected by the monsoon and has more water sources. However, due to population growth and global warming, the environment here has become harsher, with intensified drought and desert expansion. Make a large impact. The military coup in this region has both general laws and special incentives. These countries generally face problems such as poverty of the people, violation of civil rights, and deterioration of the security situation, which have become the main internal causes of frequent coups. This is not surprising, given the turbulent experiences African countries have experienced post-independence. Widespread poverty. As of 2021, the Human Development Index for West Africa barely surpasses 0.5, significantly lagging behind other regions. Niger has an extreme poverty rate of over 40%, and in Burkina Faso, around 1/5 of the total population, roughly 4.7 million people, require humanitarian assistance. Institutional deficiencies. In recent years, the positive response of the population to coups in these countries reflects the failure of democratic processes, widespread corruption among elected officials, low levels of administrative governance, and undermined constitutional authority. Presidents nearing the end of their terms are often keen on constitutional reforms to extend their rule indefinitely. Notably, Alpha Conde, the president of Guinea known for his opposition to dictatorship, sought a third term through constitutional amendments. However, this led to a coup where the military removed him from power. In August 2020, the military in Mali overthrew elected President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who had lost public support and faced opposition resistance. Deteriorating regional security. Over the past decade, extremist groups like Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, Islamic State, and Boko Haram have been active in multiple countries including Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. In 2022, Global terrorist attacks resulted in 6,701 deaths, with the Sahel region accounting for 43% of these casualties. The region's political instability and social unrest have fueled a desire among the population and the younger generation of military personnel for stronger governance. This environment has provided fertile ground for military coups and given military personnel a rationale. The frequent occurrence of coups has a transmission and demonstration effect, with the successful takeovers by coup leaders in Mali and Burkina Faso serving as an inspiration to the military in Niger. However, unlike Mali and Burkina Faso, the coup leaders in Niger are not representatives of a new generation within the military dissatisfied with politics. The main planners and leaders of the coup, Generals Abdourahmane Chiani and Salifou Modai, are both nearing the age of 60 and held positions as the head of the Presidential Guard and Chief of Staff, respectively. The motivations of the coup leaders are more closely tied to personal fate rather than national security. President Bazoum replaced the Commander-in-Chief of the Gendarmerie and the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces in March of this year, leading to the retirement of 6 generals. New Army and Presidential Guard reorganization was supposed to be discussed during a ministerial meeting on July the 27th. However, the coup occurred on July the 26th. The military defended the coup by citing President Bazoum's failure in counterterrorism efforts. However, according to data from the non-governmental organization called terrorist attacks on civilians in Niger decreased by 49% in the first half of 2023, compared to the first half of 2022, and the death toll decreased by 16%. Part of this decline could be attributed to Bazoum's reaching out strategy to combat jihadist groups. The Niger coup quickly reverberated across multiple countries and organizations, intensifying the competition between major powers and highlighting strong geopolitical rivalry, notably between France and Russia. Supporters of the coup gathered for demonstrations, with many condemning the former colonial power, France, and waving Russian flags. During the colonial era, Niger became a part of French West Africa and gained independence in 1960. The two countries share close ties in history, culture, economy, and security. Post-independence, their interactions were often based on mutual benefits. Some Nigerians believe that France continues to extract unreasonable benefits from Niger. It is a form of neocolonialism. Niger possesses rich uranium resources that are crucial for France's nuclear energy industry. However, uranium mining has not brought sufficient economic returns to Niger. The mining has caused environmental issues such as land degradation, water pollution, and accumulation of waste. France's strong diplomatic involvement in Niger has limited the country's decision-making power in international affairs. After the coup occurred, France strongly condemned it and expressed support for President Bazoum. France suspended military cooperation and financial support to Niger in response. Prior to the Niger coup, Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group, made remarks in an audio recording expressing a somewhat supportive attitude towards the coup, deeming it as good news. Recently, news has emerged that the coup military in Niger sought assistance from the Wagner Group. The Washington Post has previously reported on the Wagner Group's active efforts to establish an alliance against Western nations in Africa, aiming to expand Russia's influence on the continent. In recent years, the Wagner Group has gained prominence in Africa, engaging in military aid, security cooperation, and economic investments in various African countries. However, there is no concrete evidence to suggest Wagner's direct involvement in orchestrating regime changes in Africa or being behind the scenes of coups. On August the 21st, Prigozhin released a recruitment video for military personnel on social media. He stated that the goal was to strengthen Russia's influence across continents and bring justice and happiness to African people. It is clear that following the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russia has intensified its diplomatic efforts in Africa to break through Western diplomatic encirclement. The coups in Mali and Burkina Faso have both mentioned welcoming Russia and expelling France. The France out, Russia in sentiment might just be the prelude, and it is likely that it won't come to a quick end. Furthermore, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, African Union, or United States, and United Nations have all stated their strong condemnation of the coup for violating democratic principles. The likelihood of ECOWAS military intervention seems imminent. Some countries like China and Algeria advocate for a peaceful resolution to the coup crisis due to various security considerations. Sanctions, suspension of economic aid, and the activation of regional standby forces are measures that showcase the international community's determination. They are unwilling to witness an escalation of the turmoil and the erosion of democracy and stability. However, neighboring countries Mali and Burkina Faso's military governments have issued a joint statement, warning that any military intervention in Niger would be tantamount to declaring war, and emphasizing that external interference could lead to disastrous consequences for regional stability. With closed borders and public demonstrations, the unrest on this land is spreading. The political landscape is constantly changing, and the issue of coups in Africa has garnered global attention. How will these coups impact the future of these countries? Can democracy be restored? We hope you can share your thoughts in the comments section as we discuss this matter together. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more engaging content. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.